What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Dead Funny Podcast. We're back at it again with our hijinks and our jokes, and we're leaving Brandon out of this one. Why? Because he's playing the Dreamcast. He's playing the Dreamcast, and no one can get a hold of him. But we're back after a week, guys. It's been a full week since the last Dead Funny Podcast. How are we feeling? How's everything going? How are you guys? I miss you guys.
Amazing.
Not you, Dylan, but I miss you guys. How is everybody?
Why do you what?
Don't worry about it, Kelsey.
Dylan is amazing. How can you not miss
It's a
him?
love-hate. It's a love-hate relationship between me and Chris. It's fun.
Well, considering the fact that Bree was the one that was saying what, not Kelsey, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, Kelsey.
Yeah,
Don't-
I'm losing my mind over
Don't you
here.
judge me with your silent gaze. How dare you? Do have a topic I want to bring up, and that's because I think this is fucking awesome, and I want to know what you guys think. So I think this just happened yesterday. I'm not 100% sure on the date. A little 8-year-old Swedish girl was playing in a lake when she felt something hit her ankle. She put her hand
Sounds like a bad joke.
She put her hand down and started moving her hands around and found what she thought was a stick. Kelsey, you look like you heard this story.
Yes, I know this one.
Okay.
But continue. It was months ago.
It was months ago? Why is this
It was
popping up as
actually months
new?
ago.
Really? It's popping up as new for me. That's crazy. Anyways, thought it was a stick, pulls up this fucking 1,500-year-old sword. Fucking sword. That is
Yep.
awesome. I mean, when you think about the last person that held that was the last person that held that until you just touched it, that's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty fucking cool. 1,500-year-old sword. That's pretty fucking awesome.
I mean, you don't know that. The person could have dropped it and like picked it back up.
But still,
in the
it's
water.
somebody from that time frame.
Someone else could have been like, "This is a shitty ass sword." Dropped it like 5 years ago. You don't know.
Looking at it from my angle, it looks like a broadsword, in my opinion.
Yes, it is a broadsword.
It is a broadsword? Okay, cool. Because, I mean,
Mhm.
right now, it just looks like fucking rust, honestly. But, I mean,
Mhm.
good guess, Chris. Good guess. Awesome. But, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. I would love to do that.
Exactly what it was.
Oh, I see why I thought it was today or yesterday, because it just got to the museum today. Yeah, they just
That
opened in
makes
the
sense.
museum on October 5th, 2018.
How
It
much
is
money
a
did the,
pre-Viking era sword. That is fucking awesome. That is
How
so
much what,
fucking cool.
Dylan?
I was wondering how much the little girl got for that sword.
She got a
Museums
pat on
pay
the back.
people.
Easy.
That's
No
some
way.
shit.
I have no
No.
idea. They didn't say anything about her like getting anything for finding it or nothing like that. I was more into the story about the fact that she found the sword because that was pretty fucking cool. Like, I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. I wish that would happen to me. That'd be
Money's
great.
cool.
I wouldn't have told anybody about it. I'm like, nope, this is mine. Ease, dude. Ease. Put it in a glass case. Yeah. People come over, but what the fuck is that disgusting thing you have in a glass case? Like, well, let me tell you
Yeah.
something.
Can't they clean it off?
I
They
think it's a
can?
sword. I mean, it's
It
not.
can to
you
some
have-
degree, but rust is actually like corrosive. Like it's
Yeah.
destroying the sword. So if they removed all of the rust, there would be a tons of pits and chips. Like you would remove a lot of the sword and you'd remove a lot of like what you could see.
Yeah.
So what's in the museum, they may have removed some of it, but they wouldn't have removed all of it because it would fall apart.
Right.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
not.
there are some parts where, with a like with metal, there's some parts where it rusts that when they clean it, they literally have to like examine it thoroughly, find out which parts they can clean, and they clean off the parts that they are able to, and they leave the rest rusty because, like Chris said, it'll definitely fall apart.
Like Kelsey
Yeah,
said,
they
it
You
will
mean
definitely
how
fall
Kelsey
apart.
just said it?
Dylan,
I'm
this
sorry.
is my voice.
There's
This
a
is what I
difference.
sound like.
There's a big
You
difference.
you sound like Bree and Chris. Okay, it's not my fault they have.
And Chris, Bree and Chris. Oh, good.
I
Combined
mean-
together. Combined.
Oh,
Joke I was gonna make is that it's not vibranium, Brie, but I can't remember if you remember that from the Black Panther. But that was awesome.
Yes.
They found that.
Vibranium is talked about a lot in the Marvel universe.
I'm talking about the actual scene where they pick up the old relic and it's all rusted and shit, but it's vibranium, so that he just sits
Yeah.
there and just vibrates it with his metal
Oh,
hand, and it
right.
just shakes all the rust completely off, and it looks like a brand new fucking tool. Looks so cool.
Which, let's
Yeah,
be
that
real,
was
that
epic.
probably would have shattered the wood that was really old that was holding
Oh,
the
absolutely.
vibranium.
That was the
But-
first thing that
but
I thought
sure.
too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Logic.
but,
Who uses
to
logic
be fair,
anymore?
to be fair, one of the things he brought up in the movie, which is also in the comics, is that they use vibranium in everything, including their clothes and everything else. So there could have been vibranium laced throughout the
Ah.
wood as well. Don't know, because it looked more prehistoric. So it
Hmm.
could have
That
been
was
before
such
they
a
started
good
doing that.
movie.
But
Such a
yes,
good
the movie was fucking phenomenal. It was
A
great.
lot better. Never mind.
Michael B.
I'll
Jordan
keep
did
that
an amazing job
Easily.
as Killmonger.
Easily. The best. I definitely understand where a lot of people come from with Thanos, thinking that he's the best villain. I think that's because they did a really good job of making you sympathize with him. And I think his motive, like, you could understand his motive. But I feel like his motive was still just something that was just random, to where Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger, had the best fucking motive. Like, from point A to point B, it was clear why he was there. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There was no spot where it could open up as kind of how even Thanos had like second thoughts of like, have I sacrificed too much? Like, Michael B. Jordan was like, this is what happened. This is how I was wronged. This is how I've continued to be wronged. And now you sitting on a throne is the ultimate slap in the face. This has to happen. And that was fucking awesome. Oh, Michael B. Jordan's so good. He's easily one of my favorite actors. He's so fucking good. I loved him in that role. He was
Marvel
awesome.
has gotten so good at picking their actors and actresses
Oh,
that it's
absolutely.
Yeah.
not even a competition
Yeah.
to anything else. Like
Absolutely.
they have the formula down to a T. They know, there's no way they don't know what the
I
formula is. They
Still
know.
I still think the best actor to character mashup that Marvel has done so far is Tony Stark.
I don't know,
Well,
dude.
no
Robert Downey
question.
Jr.
Let me throw another one at you, though. Hugh Jackman and Wolverine.
That's not That's not
That is
Disney
Marvel.
though.
That's-
Wait,
It's
were we
not
talking
Disney.
Marvel? Were we talking Disney? or
Disney
Marvel?
only owns the rights of distribution and everything else as far as that's concerned. The actual casting and shit, that's actually done by Marvel.
Marvel.
Oh,
Marvel
really? Still?
does all the casting for all the Marvel movies, regardless of which thing they come out through. As that's how
So-
Stan Lee's able to have a part and a say in everything.
Well, I mean, Stan
Regardless
Lee's Stan
of
Lee. I mean, you're not gonna
Disney
tell
or
Stan Lee no. I mean,
So
Yeah,
it's
of course
it's
not. He
just to
fucking
be
he
clear,
made
it's Marvel.
Marvel. You ain't gonna tell
It's
him.
not
I
Disney.
am
Yeah.
almost 100% positive that Disney does not, like, basically Disney has a say so, but it all comes down to Marvel's CEO. Like, whenever they let James Gunn go over the fucking bullshit that happened on Twitter, like, Disney wanted him gone, but Marvel's CEO was on vacation until he came back. The decision was not final. Like, Marvel has a very big say-so in the shit that actually happens in the movie-wise. Disney owns them outright as far as, like, their movie distribution and shit like that, so that, therefore, Disney's okay with opening that wallet and giving them that nice big-ass fucking budget that we see for these movies these days. But, still, Marvel has a lot to say whenever it comes down to that shit. But yeah, it was a fucking phenomenal movie. And yeah, I agree with the casting. Like, I mean, Robert Downey Jr., I will definitely say, kind of does go on a better level. I'll agree with you on that one, because it was like Robert Downey Jr. lived Tony Stark's life. Like, I mean, they were basically the same fucking person.
But Hugh Jackman, I will give you that. Hugh Jackman did a really.
The reason I love Hugh Jackman so much is because Wolverine is so far out of his comfort zone. It's not even fucking funny. Like, Hugh Jackman is just this down-to-earth, fucking
Hugh Jackman.
Broadway musical loving guy, the kindest person you'll probably ever fucking meet in your life.
It's so good that he did such a good role as Wolverine, because in all honesty, he's got, like, the comic book Wolverine. He's got about 3-4 more feet of height on the comic book Wolverine.
That was a
Wolverine's
joke
only
that
like
I'm surprised did
4'7".
not make it into Deadpool 2. Deadpool cracked a joke
I
about
know.
how short Cable was versus how tall he is in the comics. So I was kind of hoping that he would do like a double take on that one, where it's all like, yeah, he's short, not like he is in the comics at all. Kind of like how Wolverine's the opposite as well. Like, I thought like maybe he'd make a stab at Wolverine on that one, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Wolverine is extremely shorter than fucking everybody else in the comics,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Wolverine in the comic books is either 4'6" or 4'7". Hugh
I
Jackman
I
stands
I am
almost-
100% you were wrong about that. 100%.
I thought-
He's not. I'm sorry. He's not that little, dude. Like,
In
holy
the
shit.
comics, 4'4" or
I-
4'7".
I said 4'5" or 4'7".
Do you know how short that is? Like, there's nothing wrong
That
with
is
being
pretty
that
short.
short, but that is short.
No, there's not.
And Wolverine
pretty short.
not
That is pretty
Wolverine
short.
is only 5'3",
Yeah, 5'3".
but
okay.
Hugh Jackman is an entire foot taller than he is. Hugh Jackman is 6'3".
Yeah.
I don't care. He looks awesome. He looks amazing. He does a great job at it.
That
he
is
can be as tall as he wants.
that is one of the things that I wish we would have got a chance to see was Wolverine or Hugh Jackman don the actual like old school Wolverine costume just once, just fucking once. The old tried and true yellow, blue, and black. That would have been fucking amazing to see. Never happened,
I would have.
but it would have been
I would
great.
have watched that scene multiple times.
Oh,
Also, Bree over
absolutely.
here fangirling over tall, dark, and clawy.
Yeah,
No, Wolverine's not that hot to me. I don't know. I don't know
Wolverine or
what
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh yeah, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is an attractive man. All right. Anyway,
I'm kind of with Brie. I'm not.
what?
A lot of the guys that the women swoon over just don't knock my socks off. And
Really?
Hugh Jackman, I'm not saying by any means he's unattractive. He's just not like, I don't need to pant after he's walked by. Like,
I don't either. I mean, that's Ryan Reynolds for me.
Yeah.
Now, that's a good-looking man right
mean,
there. Ryan
my
Reynolds.
only-
Let's
he's
go.
like-
Cliche one is fucking The Rock. That's my cliche one.
okay, yes, nope. Honestly, The Rock is the guy that's like he's my encouragement voice in my head. So I work out a lot and I spend a lot of time on the stair climber. And after like 45 or 50 minutes on the stair climber, I want to be done, but I get The Rock in my head being like, "Get it done," and I'm like, "Hell yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I'm gonna get it done." And I spend like extra
I would
40
love
minutes.
to be at your gym to hear you fucking like. I'm literally just doing a
You
workout,
have
and all of a
to
sudden
be
you're all like,
excited
"Yes,
too.
Dwayne Rock Johnson, I will get it done." And I'm just, the fuck is her problem? Holy shit!
Everyone at the gym's just looking around like, what the fuck?
The Rock's here. What the
Kelsey.
fuck?
Kelsey, you should quit with the Rock thing. I got a better thing to think about when you want to quit. Shia LaBeouf. Just do it!
Just do it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a great role model. What is Shia LaBeouf up to today? Is he sleeping
don't
in a
know,
cardboard
probably.
box? I mean,
Fuck,
I
we
don't
know.
know, and I don't care, and I haven't cared since Holes or whatever movie he was in.
Holes was an amazing book, by the way. That's an absolutely amazing book. That was one of my favorite books reading when I was growing up.
That
Holes
wasn't
was so
even the
fucking
last movie he played in.
good. That's her saying that she legitimately has not watched anything else that he's been in, which I find that hard to believe. I'm pretty sure at some point
You
in your
have
life
not.
No,
you have
I
watched the
didn't say-
Transformers.
I did not say I have not watched anything.
Oh,
I
you
said
said
I
you
have
didn't
not
care.
cared
Sorry. True.
since that
Oh.
movie.
True. True. She did say care.
I'm pretty
That's
sure he's
right.
actually trying to use his fame to do good in the world, and I think he's finding that challenging because trolls don't like him very much, which is unfortunate because I want people in general to do good in the world. So sure, if it's Shia LaBeouf, great, Shia LaBeouf, go lead that charge. And so
I mean,
I hope the trolls will leave him alone.
They're not.
Trolls. They're hiding under bridges waiting for you.
if he's doing good in the world, good for him. But I mean, he's got nobody to blame but himself for everybody thinking he's fucking crazy. Like that's his fault. I mean, I understand.
he
I understand
lost
media.
rich.
I understand media makes us see completely different things than what's actually going on. But he's been very fucking open about the fact that he's lost it. Like very
Yeah, dude,
fucking
he
open.
flipped his shit in the middle of on set, and fucking
Everybody does that, Dylan. Everybody fucking does that. If you're getting paid, you're in Hollywood, you're a movie. If you're somebody who actually has a name in Hollywood, you have flipped your fucking shit on a stage at some point in time. It has happened.
Yeah, I mean, he's an
It's
actor.
just being able to have the class to recover from it. That's where it's hard. That is where it's hard. Shia LaBeouf probably didn't recover from it. Michael Cera definitely did not recover from it. Like
no.
being able to do that and then come back like that says something about you for sure. Which sucks. I loved Michael Cera so much. He was so fucking good. Oh my god. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Going down the list, I don't really think that there's a lot of people that I would be able to recast and be okay with. Like, I mean, even, and I know this is probably a very unpopular opinion, I was actually very upset when they recasted War Machine in Iron Man. A lot of people forgot about that because of how long ago it was. But in the first Iron Man movie, War Machine was Terrence Howard, and the second movie it was Don Cheadle.
I remember
Yeah.
liking him.
Like,
I remember
super
I
good
liked the
cast.
first one, and I was a little upset too.
I am a huge Terrence Howard fan. I absolutely love it. I love Don Cheadle too. He's fucking amazing. They're both great actors, but Terrence Howard. I know there's no way in fuck you're watching this podcast, but if you are, bro, You cannot ask for more money than the lead actor, man. It's not gonna happen. And then you try to hold out. You're the sidekick. If Robin holds out to Batman, guess what? The next movie's a Batman solo fucking movie. They
No
don't
more
care.
Robin. No
Robin's
more
gone.
Robin.
You're Robin in this scenario, bro. I'm sorry, but you are. You might want to get paid like Batman, but you Robin. You were Robin in this scenario. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about that.
No,
I don't know.
Come on. Robin was a bad comparison.
No,
no one wants to be compared to Robin. Okay.
First off, Robin is one of my favorite DC characters. He's a badass, but he is still Batman's sidekick. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that until he becomes Nightwing. Regardless, not the point. War
You
Machine
know
has not
Nightwing
done
is still
anything
Spider-Man.
to separate
Dick
himself
Grayson
from
fan?
Iron Man. What?
You're a Dick Grayson fan. I could have swore
Who, me?
you were more of a Damian Wayne.
No, I definitely like Dick Grayson way more than Damian Wayne. Easily. It's not even fucking close. It's legitimately not even close.
Okay, for real skis though, like the one that I've really fallen in love with, and I don't want to say it's my top yet, but I really, really like it, is the actress they picked for Domino. I really like Domino.
Yes.
Like,
She
I
was
want-
amazing.
I want her own movie. I want everything. Like, just from the little interaction I had, I wanted a whole movie of her. Like,
Yes.
and I don't know why. Like, I can't like pinpoint exactly why, but she fit that role really well. She was a good actress and a badass. Probably. It's probably why I liked it.
Don't
but,
you mean a fat ass?
what?
Excuse you?
Excuse.
Like she has a fat ass. Like she has
Like-
a nice ass.
I was gonna say, you start with, do you mean nice ass, not fat ass? Because the implications there are very different, and one gets Kelsey all up in your face yelling at you, and the other one's like, yeah, ain't fair.
Get up in my face yelling at me, Kelsey. Just don't.
Oh God.
Be careful. You might get forehead again.
Yeah, might get forehead again. Guy hates me. Oh man,
Yeah, you
I
don't
actually
want to
really
get.
liked her. Go ahead,
She
sorry.
was really good. Oh no, you go ahead. I was just making more jokes. Go ahead.
I just want to know. I would love to see a movie of her growing up and like figuring out her powers. I think that would be
So
incredibly
you want
cool.
a solo Domino movie?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
hell
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I will say this.
Hell to
That
the
would be pretty
hizzy.
cool.
I'm a huge fan of the TV show Atlanta. It's fucking phenomenal. It's easily one of the best TV shows
Why
I've
do
ever
we
watched
talk
in my
about
life.
Atlanta when we got
Because
Domino?
that's where she got big from. So, because she plays Donald Glover's girlfriend in that show. So, Zaz Beats, fucking amazing. I think she was awesome. I think she was a great Domino. She played her very, very well. Is she important enough to get a solo movie? I
Yes.
don't think so.
No.
I
Why
will
does it have to be important and not fun? Is
because
she fun enough?
because
and
it
entertaining
comes
enough to get a solo
to
movie?
it comes to money.
They have plenty of money.
Would
And
I
they've
give her a
proven-
solo movie? Absolutely.
No,
Will
hold on,
Fox
hold on.
give her a solo
They-
movie? Probably not.
Okay, Fox, but they're moving to Disney,
Mm.
aren't they? Didn't Disney?
They
buy
are moving to
Deadpool?
Disney, but once again, basically,
Disney
so
is
this
more
this is where a
cares
lot
more
of
about
people
money than
this is where a
Fox.
lot of people who aren't Deadpool fans don't understand what's actually happening. Deadpool 2
Educate us.
Deadpool 2 I'm going to classes in session and you are welcome. Deadpool 2 is not a stepping stone for Deadpool 3. Deadpool 2 is a stepping stone for the X-Force because Disney has zero plans at this point to continue on the X-Men movie legacy until that shit gets ironed the fuck out and they do it correctly. Because even though it was what we had at the time and it was great, it was a fucking train wreck. It was a fucking train wreck. The X-Men
That
movies
has
were
nothing to do with
all
anything.
terrible.
It was
Every
all
single one
over
of
the
them.
place.
Nothing to
All
do
of
with
them.
anything.
Terrible. It does. So, therefore, this is Disney's way, and technically it was Fox's idea, but this is Disney's way to be able to make a franchise movie to compete with the Avengers for the lifespan that it has left. Or even possibly be the franchise to take over after the Avengers until they go to reboot the Avengers series, going in a completely different direction and not going against Thanos. 'Cause that's what's going to happen. There will be
But how does that
multiple
stop a Domino
universes.
movie?
That stops a Domino movie because they're going to be way too focused on making the actual team movies versus doing. We won't see a
No.
cable movie. We won't see a cable movie. If
got
we
the
won't
money.
get a
They
cable
got the
movie,
money. They
we
can do
definitely
whatever
won't
they
get a Domino movie. It won't happen. It physically will not happen. If cable gets a movie, sure, I could possibly see it happening. But if Deadpool 3 is not going to happen and we don't get a cable movie, there is no way in fuck. That's like
hold
giving
on.
Dupinder
Take a
his
breath.
own fucking
Take a
movie.
breath,
It's
take a
not
breath,
going to happen.
Take a breath. Okay. So there you go.
Goose
I
Fava.
think Bree needs to take a breath
Well.
after telling Chris to take a breath.
Everybody
Gucci.
breathe. Deep breath.
I'm Gucci.
You
Go
don't think after Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman that maybe they would want to compete with a solo female movie? And I don't think Black Widow is going to do it.
I don't think Black Widow's going to do it
Uh,
either. But there's an even better comparison for you. There's an even better comparison for you. So now you've got
Captain
popularity.
Marvel.
You've got popularity, which the trailers for that movie are terrible. I hope to God that movie's good, but the trailers are bad. The trailers are terrible for that fucking movie. Anyways,
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
what I was saying, you've got popularity, which is Black Widow, and you've got actual skill and talent, which is Scarlet Witch. I don't see Scarlet Witch getting her own movie. That's not fucking
Are you
happening.
talking about the actresses, or are you talking?
I'm
about
talking
the
about the characters. Black Widow is way
Okay.
more popular than Scarlet Witch in the Marvel
Mhm.
Cinematic Universe. She's getting her own movie. Scarlet Witch is way more useful in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because of her powers. Scarlet Witch is not getting a movie. It's not going to happen. They've already said that that's not going to happen. So whenever you look at the two deciding factors of that, yeah, Domino was awesome, and she could be the most popular female character in the Deadpool universe, technically, of what is considered right now. But when it becomes the X-Force universe and you start bringing people like Psylocke and other people like that over to the team that actually make up the X-Force, she's going to have competition. At that point, the team is already established. What's the point in doing a solo movie? The team is already established. They can just do flashbacks within the movie and bring together these characters who have this checkered past, and the fun would be them learning about each other's identities together and strengthen the team and make the team movie better. There's no point doing a solo movie at that point.
But that
have
would
the
be
perfect
implying
actor.
moving forward that for
Well-
Marvel, they're not going to do any more solo movies for the various characters either. Like, we have Thor, we have Captain America movies
Correct.
because we care about these different characters as separate concepts. It seems like you're implying that X-Force is going to be big group and then only big group moving forward, and that just doesn't seem logical.
But the reason why is because you got to look at the span now. So since Iron Man 1, this cinematic universe has been alive. Since Iron Man 1. I don't know the date when Iron Man 1 came out, but it was definitely early 2000s. So we've got to look at the
2003.
span here. Now, one, there is the option to do it for a money grab. They do that, the movie's most likely going to be terrible. There's not going to be enough interest within CEOs and stuff like that in order to do it. But I will say this. The reason why I see it is because X-Force is a sub-team of the X-Men. So that's like us giving Rocket Raccoon his own movie, Groot his own movie, Gamora her own movie. That's the same light that you need to see the X-Force in. They are just
But
like
all
the
of those would be
Guardians.
super cool.
They would be
Yeah.
cool, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Just like with
Not
the X-Force, it's not going to happen.
People would have
Deadpool,
thought that no one was ever going to make Guardians of the Galaxy, and people also thought that Deadpool would
and
be
that
a
was a
be a-
gamble.
be
I
a good
agree.
cinematic movie, and all of those were very good movies. So you don't know what kind of risk they might want to take if they think a lot of people might like Domino. But
I agree
digress-
with you.
But digressing from the whole situation, I don't care if they make it or not. I was just saying I want one.
And that's fine. And I don't disagree with you. I think she's an awesome character and she would be great. But where I disagree with you is that she's already been
You can't
introduced.
disagree with
She's
me. but I
she's
just
already
don't
been
want the
introduced.
movie.
Deadpool has already made the statement that it is going to be an X-Force movie. That was the whole ending. He's like, what happens whenever you put this together with this together with this together with this? He's made the statement the X-Force movie is going to be a thing moving forward.
That's nice.
They're
for them.
not going to backpedal and do solo stories. There's no point in that.
Pretty sure that all I said, and I can't remember exactly what I said, is I just want the movie. I
That's
like
fine.
her.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's fine after a 10-minute rant. Holy Christ.
We can easily go back and watch this fucking video, and you did tell me that there was no reason that a Domino movie wasn't going to be made, and I had to correct
Actually, I
you
think
on
that was me.
Either way,
I think I was fighting you on that one.
Yes,
You're
he
welcome.
was killed. Not really.
I think they'd be
Like-
dumb to not make one.
And I actually, to be clear, I think I also invited it when I said educate me and then gave him a
You did say
sassy
that.
face. Like at that point, I'm gonna get educated.
God,
The gloves
God
came
dang
off.
it, Kelsey, and your edumacation shit.
The comic book cover came off. I had to release the knowledge. I'm sorry. Okay, I
No,
try to
no,
keep it
no.
contained.
You may think you schooled us, but it doesn't mean we agree with you. We're just
You don't
We're just
have to
moving-
agree with me. It
we're
just means you're
moving
wrong.
on.
You don't have to
Okay.
agree with me. That's fine. You can be in your ignorant bliss all you want to. That's completely okay with me.
okay. Oh boy.
Damn.
Other good movies though, Jumanji with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that was really, really good. Kevin Hart was awesome. It was great. It was great. I mean, can we calm down,
This-
Bree? Can we calm down? Lord have
No.
mercy.
All you had to do was say his name.
Lord have mercy. And see, now this is where I wonder if you guys, Dylan, did you ever see Jumanji?
Yes, I have.
Bree, I know you know this because me and you talked about it. I don't know if Kelsey and Dylan know this. Did you know that the chick in there is also the same, or she plays Nebula in the Guardians of the Galaxy? Gamora's sister. the
Gamora's
robot.
sister.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was the same person, but I spent the entire time watching her going, I know you from somewhere. Haha, that helps.
Yep.
Thank you.
So
When
if
she
you
did
go
that
back and
voice
watch
for
the
one
scene where she's trying to flirt with the guys, so that when they
Mm-hmm.
get into the shed, she definitely puts on her Nebula voice. She's like, "So hey there," and shit like that. And it's like, oh my god, she sounds exactly like Nebula. It's so great. It's so
I
great.
did not
That's
know
cool.
that. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that makes her so much.
I liked her a lot better in that movie than I
hotter.
did in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, yeah, she's got hair, so I mean,
No, I mean like I didn't like her acting. In
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought she was a good Nebula, but okay. I thought the I hate you sister moments were very fucking compelling. Like
Believe this or not, sometimes people don't have the same opinion.
that's
as you.
fine. That's fine. I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked.
Damn, Bree's
I know.
already trying to start another argument.
No, no.
I said get the mud. Why did no one get the mud? God.
I mean, to be fair, I don't need mud to serve you whenever it comes to comic knowledge, so we're
Mud, the
Gucci.
mud's for fighting. You don't need to serve me nothing. We're
But
gonna fight it out.
anyways, movies
Mud
are
fights.
fantastic. I am super hyped to see the next Infinity Wars. It's gonna be fucking great. Infinity Wars
Oh,
Part 2 is
dude.
gonna be phenomenal. Actually, I've had this conversation with Tony and Joey over at Darkstar. I'd actually be excited to see what your guys' theory is on this. So, is the other half, the half that Thanos snapped away, are they dead? There are so
Not
many
technically.
theories behind this that either they're
Not-
dead, they're frozen in time and they can't be seen, they are sent to another parallel universe, another galaxy. Because I mean, you gotta think about it. One of the stones in the Infinity Gauntlet is the Reality Gem, which is where he can completely break reality and make it to his will. As you saw whenever they all went to go attack him, whenever he had Gamora and he turned fucking Drax into like a fucking slinky, or Blocks and then turned Manus into a slinky. Like, he can bend reality at his will with that stone.
Yeah, but like just like in that little scene, as soon as Thanos left, didn't they like turn back
No.
or
He allowed that to fix itself. Like, I mean, he's the one that snaps it off and does
I
whatever
don't
he
know.
wants to
okay,
do.
I didn't see
So-
the snap part.
I don't know if he snapped, but he did his like whole like flexing the stone, whatever the fuck it is that he does in order
I
to
didn't
make
see
it work.
that part. I didn't see that part.
So I don't know if he thought that far about it because he got like if he could bend reality like that and he was thinking that far into it when he had brought Gamora back.
But you gotta think about it this way: he had to sacrifice her to get the stone. He could not complete the gauntlet without sacrificing something he loved. And as Gamora pointed out, there was nothing in that world that he loved, so he lost. She didn't know that he actually loved her as a daughter, which is why she didn't get the beatings like Nebula did, which is why she didn't get stripped apart and turned half mechanical like Nebula did. He didn't love Nebula the same way he loved Gamora. Gamora was like a daughter to Thanos, so therefore
So messed
that's
up.
all he
Yeah,
had.
So many
Nebula
ways.
was like trash.
Yeah.
And this, and I believe that if he had brought Gamora back, the keepers of the
Soul
of the
Stone?
Soul Stone I couldn't think of the word.
I got you.
He probably wouldn't have the power of the gauntlet anymore because if he brings her back, he's essentially erasing the sacrifice he did to even get the stone.
Well, that's where it comes into play. It's not that he wouldn't have the power of the gauntlet. It's that I don't physically think that the stone would let it happen because basically the stone is just the stone. Her soul is what is powering the stone. He had to sacrifice her soul for the stone to work. So he would have no stone without her soul. And therefore he would have no gauntlet.
I think he erased them. Like, I think they're dead. I think they're gone. Like, just.
So you don't think. So this.
Unless it was like, in order to remove them, he can't actually remove them the way he did it. So, like, they are someplace else. But I don't think he knowingly put them anywhere else. I think because that would be putting that problem somewhere else, and he wanted to avoid it altogether.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard for him to do it as soon as after Thor axed him in the chest.
Which
all
was
he'd have to do
so fucking
he would
good
have
of a scene. Oh my
it was.
god, that scene was
Should have
amazing.
aimed for the head.
That's I mean, whenever he stabbed him and he was just like, "I told you you would die for this." That was so like fucking Thor. Okay,
Thor's a badass.
Thor.
I'll let you do your thing before I finish what I was saying.
Kelsey.
I fucking obviously Kelsey thinks Thor's hot because she is preparing for this. Maybe I don't know, or maybe she just thinks Thor's an awesome character. One or the other. I don't know.
You're making it weird.
Whatever. Hey, you want to hear weird? Weird is sitting down on the couch and listen to your fucking grandma talk about how much she loved Thor because she got to see Chris Hemsworth's ass whenever he got fucking that shot stabbed in his ass whenever he's in the fucking nursing gown. That's weird. All right, we can go weird. Anyways, so
Your grandmother said that.
yeah.
That
Why would she say
that
that?
surprises you, Dylan? Really? That
Yeah,
surprises
yeah,
you?
you should know. You should know,
his
Kumar.
grandmother is. I love Chris's grandmother.
Sassy little,
Rip,
sassy
but
little grandma.
that's just seems a little too much.
Nah, it's funny.
Dude, just because she's old don't mean she dead. Damn.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
She
You're
tell you
right,
that
yeah,
herself.
you're right.
She tell you that herself. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So
Grandma can get it.
So where I'm upset with Thor is that he gained so much respect for me in that movie because he fucking he had so many hurdles to jump. But where it pisses me off that his hurdles in that movie were even a thing is they completely rewrite everything that happened in the previous movies. So just a quick little timeline breakdown. Thor's first movie is Thor learning how to use his powers in the hammer. Thor's second movie is him learning how to, the first movie, still the first movie, is learning how to live without the hammer because Odin makes it to where he can't pick it up. So therefore he can't use Mjolnir. Since he's going to choose fucking Midgard over fucking everything else, that's where he fucked up. So then we have Ragnarok. Thor's whole point in that movie was to learn that the hammer was just an object and that the power was inside him. The entire last fights that he was in, he had no weapon because Hela broke that hammer within like the first fucking 10 movies of the or 10 minutes of the movie.
Badass scene too.
10 movies of the first
10
movie.
minutes of the first movie. So, that being said, the entire fucking Infinity Wars, he was useless until he got a fucking hammer. How does that make sense? How does it make sense? We just got through watching him go through this fucking trial of learning that he has the Odin power inside of him and that he can use it whenever he wants to. And then he has to get a fucking axe just so he can use it. It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. He was useless against Thanos. He did absolutely nothing. The entire movie, he's like, oh, I'm weak. I need to eat fucking porridge and I need a cover because I'm fucking cold and I'm shivering and I'm fucking dying and I'm old. I can barely fucking open this thing to have the fucking sun beam through and melt the fucking whatever. All just to get a fucking axe.
Together.
Just to
It
get
will
an
I have
axe.
an answer.
Go
No,
ahead.
it wasn't for an axe. I think the axe was an excuse. It was a way to get Peter Dinklage in the movies.
No.
Because he's wonderful.
He is wonderful. I disagree with your logic, but he is wonderful.
Well, it's because it's shit logic.
Exactly.
Well,
I wasn't going to say it. I'm glad you did.
I will.
When I saw Peter Dinklage, by the way, that was great. That was great. His character
doesn't
was
he
awesome.
also have
His character was awesome.
Heimdall's eye now, too?
No. the fuck are you talking about?
Oh no, that's right. He don't
I
like
mean,
it.
let's go ahead and pause and let's watch Infinity Wars through the mind of Dylan. So you're telling me after Thanos just left and after he killed Loki, after Thor cried over Loki's dead body, he just walked over to Heimdall's dead corpse, pulled out his eyeballs, put it in his own head, and was like, "I have the sight of Heimdall." Like,
Well,
I mean,
before you start talking shit, I know none of that happened in the movie.
Obviously.
I was in the process of referring to a thing I read on the internet about. I don't know why I thought it happened in Infinity War. I wasn't thinking. Yes, call me an idiot for that.
idiot.
But Thor getting a new eye, and it has powers, and I assumed it was.
Are you talking about the eye that Rocket Raccoon pulled out of his asshole? Literally?
No, not that eye.
Because that's the eye he got. That's the new eye he has. He pulls it out and gives it to
not that
Thor,
eye.
and Thor's like, "Where were you holding that at?" And he's all like, "Doesn't matter."
Doesn't matter.
That was hilarious scene.
I
That
think
was
this is
hilarious.
roughly the
That's
fourth
not the
time that
eye
you've
I'm
mentioned
talking
something where Dylan has said, I don't remember that in the movie. So, Dylan, can you please double check with me? Did you watch Infinity War?
Do
I
you know who
did.
Thanos is? Like,
There's
Were
so
you
many eyeballs.
sober when that happened?
No, I was not.
All right, there we go.
that's why I said
There's the answer
we
with
need to
the
make a
bucket
show
line.
where, like I said, I get Dylan to name the actual actors and actresses in the movie, and then I also get Dylan. I also get Dylan to explain more than the trailer plot of the movie. You can actually give me the full plot of a
You
movie.
are literally making nothing. You're literally making something out of nothing. I literally just got done saying, I know it didn't happen in the movie. I was in the process of getting ready to tell you it's something I read on the internet, and then Chris is like, "Oh, look, here's a perfect opportunity to make fun of my friend. Let's go with that."
I mean, I personally feel like
Cut me
one,
off
you asked
completely.
for it, and two, I mean, friend. I mean, that's kind of
Yeah,
a close of
stretching
a
it a
a
little.
little bit of a commitment right there. Acquaintances at best, for sure.
Brianna, never again will I be nice to you.
Nice to me. When have you been nice to me? Please.
That has cut the friendship in half. Oh Lord. So,
Snip, snip,
I'm always
motherfucker.
nice to you.
as much as I would love to continue to talk about Marvel, we got to
Gets
talk
three.
about these fucking things that I have for us to talk about. Because, man, oh man, I am excited to hear what you guys think about these. So, who here, raise your hand if you know who TellTale is.
Yes.
TellTale is a
Yes.
gaming company.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how many TellTale games have you played? Everybody, just put it on your hand.
Well,
Series,
Not a clue.
series, not like The Walking Dead Chapter 1, Chapter 2 series. How many of their series have you played?
but that counts as a lot.
No, series. It doesn't mean that it's not a lot. So 2. Okay, Dylan, what 3 did you play?
I've played the Wolfenstein, I've played the Walking Dead, and I've played the Batman Telltale series.
They had a Wolfenstein?
Yes, they did have a wolf. Well, I don't know if it's Wolfenstein, but it evolved around you being a werewolf, and I
No,
just
yeah, that's
associated
not.
Wolfenstein.
You have no idea what the fuck Wolfenstein is. Okay, no, that's like a werewolf
Oh.
is type game. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so moving on.
Oh.
Bree, what 2 did you
I
play?
said Wolfenstein.
The
First-
Walking Dead and Badlands.
Borderlands.
Borderlands. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Kelsey, you said that you played or you
Nobody
didn't play?
can remember names for shit.
Or you just know who
I think I have. I'm double checking right now.
they are?
And I'm not answering what game I think I've played because I need to go and Google it and make sure that I'm right. So,
All right, got you. Dylan, you said you played the Game of
yeah,
Thrones
no,
one or no?
no.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what was that?
You played the Game of Thrones one or no?
I
No,
played
I have
the
not
Game of Thrones
played
one,
the Game of
I've done
Thrones one
3.
yet. No.
Okay. So
I've been wanting to though.
just for if in case Kelsey legitimately has no idea what the fuck we're actually talking about.
No freaking clue.
And just for anybody that's watching this video has no idea what we're talking about, Telltale Games is a company that made games where it was based on basically point and choose. It's a point and choose genre where you go through and you make decisions and they play out how the game goes. So you can actually play the game multiple different ways and go through different saves and make different choices, and the ending can always be
Kelsey,
different, which is kind of cool.
You know that you know those books that would have like different options and you'd have to turn
Yeah.
to the page and you'd
yeah,
have
choose your own adventure
Yours?
books.
Yeah, choose your own
Yeah.
adventure.
That's basically what it is, but it's a video game essentially.
They were really good.
Nice.
They were really good. So Telltale started as an indie company, and then they got a little bit bigger. So
Amazing games. Like I love them. They're probably my favorite games that are that style. Like it's just that style being like games that aren't competitive games, I should say.
well,
They are really good games.
they never made it to AAA status, and they're never going to, because TellTale Games has recently shut down. No longer
Is it
making
legit
games.
shut down though?
Legit, 100% out of money.
Yeah, it's
Nothing.
gone.
So,
No
What were
more.
they doing?
from
What
my
were you doing?
research, well, this
Like, they were-
is where this is gonna get
Oh, yeah.
interesting to me. I was kind of hoping that Kelsey knew a little bit about it.
God damn it! We're two
But-
accountants. They should have got us to help them.
I can't
They
wait
do it-
to see Bree's emotional roller coaster that we're about to watch. This is gonna be great. Okay, so TellTale Games was doing a lot of stuff as far as making different games. They actually had a lot of really cool sounding ideas coming down the pipeline as far as like actual like in progress working ideas. One obviously finishing The Walking Dead because it will forever now remain unfinished. Finishing
What?
Game of Thrones. Yep, it's gonna.
No, you're
yep.
lying to me.
I'm definitely
No,
not lying.
it's-
They
They
are not a
said
company
remain
anymore.
unfinished.
They are not a company anymore. They are not a
What?
thing anymore. They're done. Game over. Done. You lost. You played your hand. You fucked up. You crapped out. Game over. Anyways, so
I'm like heartbroken.
another
Why?
series they were going to be doing, which was going to be really cool in my opinion, was Stranger Things. They had teamed up with Netflix to do Stranger Things. That would have been
cool.
fucking
Yeah, that
Gotta
would've
cool.
get
been
that.
so- Kelsey, you don't even know. Like, you gotta try out.
No,
these
I
games.
don't. But I still think that would be cool.
No, I think I agree that you think it's cool. I'm saying like you gotta try them out. Like to even like, you have to experience them, and then you'll be like, "That's amazing!" And yes, please do it.
This is a bad
those
joke to
single-player
make, but I'm
games?
going to do it anyway. Kelsey, they could
What?
use the money. So
That hurt.
That probably hurt them more than it hurt us.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it
definitely
doesn't.
did.
And I'll get to that. Anyways, so as much as everybody loves Telltale's games, what a lot of people don't know is Telltale is a bunch of pieces of shit. A real big bunch of pieces of shit. So, Telltale had made a deal.
Don't you talk about my bay like that.
Oh, well, don't. I can't
Ooh,
wait
I feel
to
like
see.
you are not going to want to call them your bae. At this
I
particular
can't wait to
stage.
see the fucking flip switch on this one. Anyways, so they made a deal with Lionsgate, and that's who was kind of basically supporting them, which Lionsgate is a gaming company. That was who's kind of supporting them in order to make their games, and basically they did not like the way things were being run. They did not like the way things were looking like they were going to turn out, so Lionsgate waited till the very last second and withdrew their investment because they could do that. And Telltale Games did not have any money in savings, any kind of backup whatsoever, so they fell flat on their motherfucking faces.
There's gonna be
Which
someone else
ca-
who picks them up because they're
Nope.
such a good
Once
game.
again, not a company anymore. So that left over 100 employees with zero notice, zero severance, zero anything, flat out on their asses, who live in Los Angeles, which is a very, very expensive place to live.
Yeah.
And they do not care. There is no way, no one saw this coming. No way. Whenever Lionsgate withdrew their investment, there was not. You cannot tell. You're both accountants. You cannot tell me no one knew the actual money that the company itself had outside of Lionsgate's investment in case something went wrong. There is no fucking way. No way. So now you might think, well, they got their investment taken away. That's not really their fault, Chris. Hold on. I'll get there. So here's where they're even more of a shittier company.
I think we should pause and discuss the fact that most companies do not tell their employees when they're going out of business or going to.
That's
They-
true, but they will often if,
They
if it's
legally
going in that direction
have
in
to
any
give
way,
notice.
shape, or form.
60 days.
There's a ton of things that they do to prepare for it, including, hey, we're going to
Severance
make sure that we have
packages.
payroll, severance packages, or payroll at least through the last day that you're here, and they try to give them notice. They try like. Good companies do not just go and you're out, haha. Like
We're
they
done.
try to give notice. Yeah, they try to give them at least some warning. And yes, they're not going to announce it like we think there's a possibility because that's going to scare people. But there's like once they know this is happening,
Right, they
That's
should
when
have
they start telling
known
people.
at one point that it was done. I mean, like, are you 100% certain that no one was aware?
Oh,
before-
I am 100% certain people were aware. I am also 100% certain that they chose not to tell anybody. That's where the issue
No.
is.
I mean, like, that they didn't say anything to their employees. Like, they may have not had the money.
No,
to
they
pay us.
didn't. They didn't. But that's the issue. That is the issues that are going on. Employees are speaking out in masses. There is a class action lawsuit against them right now by tons of employees. And reading their statements are fucking heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking to hear people who said we had no idea this was coming. We were hardworking individuals that were working 100 plus fucking hours, literally cutting out
100?
literally cutting out their entire family life, any kind of dating life, anything like that, because they were scared to get fired. Why were they scared to get fired? Because of the turnover rate. Why was the turnover rate so bad, Chris? You might find yourself asking. Well, don't worry. I'm going to tell you. Reasons why is because TellTale is a shit company. And what they do is they hire contractors under a contract to come and finish this game with the promise that once the contract is done, you'll be a full paid employee. But guess what? When those contracts ended, your ass is right out the fucking door. So people thought we work hard, we'll become a full employee, because a lot of people go into these jobs and these contract jobs with this being their fucking dream to actually be able to make a video game. Because as good as TellTale video games were, they're not AAA titles. They're not your Call of Duties. They're not your Horizon Zero Dawns. They're not your amazing, breathtaking, graphical, crazy action
The graphics
sequences.
were pretty
Nothing.
good in
They
the
were
last
pretty
one,
good,
though.
but they were cell shaded. They were comic book cartoony graphics.
But
They
it's
look
still
good.
really good
And they still look
beautiful.
good. I agree with you, but they were not a AAA title company.
I agree,
So-
but like, why the hell, like, did they treat people like that when the game is that good? I would have thought that quality employees were I'm not saying they're bad employees. I mean, like, quality environment was behind such a good product, because it was really, really good, and it looked like people were
Behind such a good
consistent too.
product.
So
Huh?
through a source that I heard, who has an inside source of people who were working there at the time, is that some people did see this coming, as far as like the company not being in great shape, not necessarily going bankrupt, but not being in great shape, solely for the fact that the company was way more open to not caring how the games actually were and how they came out versus just getting and buying license to popular stuff, so that way they could show up at E3s and be like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. You know, all this stuff that you think is cool and relative right now, well, we're making a game of it. We're making a game of it to boost their popularity versus actually taking the time to sit down and focus and make these games better. The Walking Dead is at the top of their list. The reasons why is because that was the only one that got any focus. One of the biggest issues were the people they kept putting in charge. The CEO of this company changed roughly around 4 to 5 fucking times. Reasons why is because these guys were the kind of guys that would go in and tell you, oh, cool, you just spent literally your last year making this entire chapter for The Walking Dead. Well, I think it's trash, and you're going to do it this way, and you're going to do it the way I want it to. Even though you just started the job today.
Yeah.
But you're CEO, you can say whatever the fuck you want to, which is why it took so long for a lot of these to come out.
Bad management ruins everything.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
So mad.
And the overall culture that these people did with constantly firing people and letting their contracts run out and not actually getting them jobs. I mean, you were talking about working in a place where job security is legit zero. Legit zero. You're terrified for your job to the point where you're working 100 to 120 plus fucking hours a fucking week trying to fucking do everything you can because this is your dream. And the only people who are somewhat of a gaming company that has given you a shot, and now you're just out on your
Kelsey.
ass. No
Kelsey,
severance. No
Did
nothing.
you ever work 100 hours when you were in tax season?
Yeah, I did.
You did hit 100. What's
Mm-hmm.
the quality of life at that point?
Non-existent.
Yep.
None. You can't. You like it. It's no. You aren't sleeping. You're working so much. It's insane. I was forgetting to eat. I was forgetting all kinds of things, and getting up in the morning. I remember more than once when I hadn't. I'd gotten so little sleep trying to get 100 hours because for me it wasn't 100 hours. It was 100 billable hours, meaning that all my admin time didn't count towards that 100 billable hours. And so it was more than 100 hours that I was working. And I remember one time trying to get up, and I'd had so little sleep that week. Getting up was hell, and so I'm I'm a scaredy cat. There's a reason I'm not on any of the Spooktober stuff. I'm a scaredy cat, and so I went and I was finding scary stories online to try to scare me, to give me the energy boost to actually get up out of bed and go to work at 5 in the morning when I had gone to bed, or like shut off my computer to try to go to sleep at 11. So quality of life at that point is non-existent. Like I was turning into a like monster. The people that lived with me were like, "Hey, you don't care about anybody anymore or anything, and you need to stop that." And I'm like, "I'll stop it, April." It was terrifying.
Right. So I mean, some people have personal, as far as like being able to understand where these people are coming from, and it's sad. It honestly is sad to know that something as far as like a dream can push you to do these fucking hurdles and you're still not fucking guaranteed safety. It's absolute shit that they did this, and they did it on multiple fucking titles to multiple fucking contractors. There were people that were saying it was legitimately felt like people were being let go every fucking day. Every fucking day. This company's been operating for a while. So, on top of that, obviously bad management. On top of that, the fact of not understanding what direction is, and understanding that you need to be able to focus on what you have in front of you versus just using all your money to buy up licenses from everything you possibly can, so that way you can get, as Dylan would like to say, those clickbait games, to where it's like, okay, cool, now I'll pay attention to TellTale because they have everything that I feel like I love and I want. If they would have just focused on The Walking Dead, which was easily one of their best pilots, like Batman was trash. Was absolute fucking trash. It was great because it was Batman, but it was trash. The engine and everything they used, Game of Thrones, I loved it, but the engine was fucking trash, and that's because of how they used it. It was terrible, and that engine has been used multiple times before for games that do way more than they do. I absolutely fucking hated it, but I loved it. I hated it, but I loved it because it was Game of Thrones. But that's what we're talking about. They didn't care about putting the effort to make sure it was polished. They just wanted the titles so that way they can get the recognition, they can get the amount of people buying their games, so that way they could try to become a AAA title and be set for life. You cannot tell me, you cannot fucking tell me that these motherfucking CEOs and CFOs and COOs and all these top of the fucking board motherfuckers did not leave that fucking company set. I guarantee you they were set. Guarantee you they left money.
Do leave it
oh,
fine.
absolutely. Absolutely. And now you have hundreds of people living in Los Angeles, a very expensive place. Just fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
GG. Good luck.
I mean,
Hope you enjoy being homeless.
they're not the only ones that have gone through that, and they won't be the last. I mean, bad management fucks over the people that didn't do it and leaves the people that caused it still fine.
Switch has
terrible.
flipped.
Fucking terrible.
I mean, I'm not saying the Switch is flipped. I love the games, and whoever was putting in those 100 hours made amazing games. Like, they made high quality games. And it surprises me that it wasn't the same group of people. That really surprises me, because it was such good content every time for The Walking Dead. But hearing what I've heard about them, I think that they deserved what they went through. Not the people, but I think that TellTale deserved to be shut down if the management wasn't working, and I think that someone else should run it. Someone else who's going to treat people better. I think that no one should be forced to work over like 70 hours.
Yeah.
I personally feel no one should be working over 50, but I can't push my beliefs onto everyone, so I feel like 70 is humane.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like, hearing about it and doing my own research and reading on it, it was heartbreaking. It was absolute heartbreaking to hear some of these stories that are going on. And the sad part is that they're doing this whole class action lawsuit against them. The fuck are they gonna get? The company doesn't even exist anymore. What are they gonna get? I used to do something that has no money. What are you gonna do?
Money from the people that got out of it? I don't know.
Good luck, because that's where it comes into play. So they've got all these rules and regulations and shit that they brought up, and that's what they're using to do this class action lawsuit. As far as like, if a company has over 100 full-time people and shit like this, they have to give 60 days notice. But that's the issue. The company at no point had over 100 full-time employees because they had contract workers. They didn't have actual employees. They had people who worked there who didn't actually work there because they weren't a full-time employee until they finished out their year's worth of contract. But whenever it came down to that last fucking 364th day, see ya. Contract's up. Fuck you, bro. We don't need you. And
Were they a
sad.
public company?
Yes.
Were they? Okay, so they
Think
had
so.
shareholders they felt like they were accountable to? Do we know?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Probably, I'm going to assume no, if they were getting so much from Lionsgate. Because the behavior of just keeping the contract workers and never bringing them on as full-time
No, it's a private
employees-
company.
Private company? Okay,
Yep.
that makes
TellTale
more sense.
Incorporated was a private company.
Yeah. Yeah, because that behavior makes a lot of sense, especially if you're trying to be responsible to shareholders, because you don't have to provide benefits for contract employees. Because benefits are expensive. You
So
can't tell I'm not happy about this.
now that I'm seeing names, I know for a fact it was Kevin Bruner, who is co-founder and director, was one of the people who was an issue, and then Pete Howley, president and CEO, was another person that they kept flipping in and out as far as like who was running the show and shit like that. It received
Dylan-
private company
Dylan.
transactions. No transactions made within the last past 12 months.
Yeah, what?
I thought we couldn't hear you because I thought I saw your mouth move.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's sad. Like I said, I read some of these stories and like fucking posts that they made, and it's heartbreaking to hear these employees talk about how like they were finally getting a shot at their dream of being able to create a video game, and like what a perfect spot too. You're literally coming into a company that's considered an indie game company, but already has the foothold to possibly become a AAA title company. Like, what a fucking gift. And
I mean,
to be treated the way that
yeah.
you were treated. I mean, it's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible. Ugh,
I hope for
Makes me
them
sick to my
that
stomach.
someone else can pick up that.
it won't
like,
happen.
someone else can buy it out or something.
I think
Why couldn't that happen?
I think it's been too long. I think they're already like I think it's done. Like I think what happened is happened and it's done is done. Like I mean this is not like this happened yesterday. Like it's a couple weeks old at this point. I mean I guess there's still a chance, but I mean I feel like it's unlikely.
I feel like there's a likely chance. Like that was a very successful game, and the only reason it failed was because of management.
I want to talk about because this is something that's been talked about a lot, and I've been listening to people. I've been discussing this myself with other people. Will there ever? Okay, first off, I guess I should start with this. Raise your hand if you watch Game of Thrones. I don't know why, but I for sure thought Kelsey was not gonna raise her hand, and I was gonna be so mad at you. I was gonna be so mad at you.
He was like pre mad.
I was already that is
Yeah,
correct.
I
I
know.
was pre-upset.
Breathe.
My
Arya
my
Stark,
finger
hey.
was on the kick Kelsey out of the Skype call button. Okay, it was there. Okay, I'm sorry, but it was
Arya
there.
Stark,
Wow.
Anyways, will there ever be any show that can fill the void that Game of Thrones is about to fucking leave us with this last series?
No, I do not think so. I'm going to go ahead and start this off. I do not physically think that there would be a show that can properly give you the excitement, the thrill, and the anticipation as Game of Thrones have. Because I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until they were already like
Until I showed you a fucking episode. You told me at
Yeah.
Joey's house, show me an episode that will make me absolutely love this show. I don't care if it gives me spoilers. And I showed you the Battle of the fucking Bastards, and
oh my
you were
God,
fucking
dude.
hooked.
I was hooked.
Yeah,
Like the
good
moment
choice.
That is
the
really
moment I got here in Pennsylvania, I found out that my friend Candace's father that I was living with at the time before I got my own place had every copy of Game of Thrones on DVD. I literally binged
Good
all the
choice.
Game of Thrones in
Good
a
choice.
week and a half.
Good choice.
That's like a huge binge too, because they're
Yeah.
long.
They're
episodes.
55 minutes apiece.
That's also a really heavy binge. Like you were hitting some of the
Right.
ends of some of those episodes, and you're like, I gotta walk this off. Like,
Well, see,
You go
I
through a
didn't have
roller coaster of
job.
emotions, for sure.
Yeah, see, I didn't have
Yeah.
a job for like 6 months after I got to Pennsylvania, so I had plenty of time.
Okay,
Maybe I
so
over-exaggerated the length a little.
so before we go a little bit further, just out of curiosity and just because I think this would be fun for everybody included, including the viewers, and let us know in the comments who your favorite house is. But starting from Bree, who's your favorite house?
Targaryen.
Kelsey,
Targaryen.
Dylan,
Oh god, dude.
favorite house.
Ooh,
I
I take it
wanna
back.
Nope, no take backsies.
Hey.
I want to say Targaryen because I'm a big dragon fan, but Arya Stark is so beast, so I'm gonna have to go with House
Yeah.
Stark.
Okay, Kelsey,
No, no,
Um, no, hey,
Kelsey.
hey,
no.
I'm the host of the podcast.
the Trells?
The Tyrells.
The Targaryen.
Wait,
Tyrells,
Tyrells,
yes,
yeah,
Tyrells.
Tyrells.
House of Tyrell.
Oh my
Badasses.
God.
Hold on, wait.
Bad. Oh, fuck you. They're badasses.
Can't believe
You
you
only-
gave
you
up
only want-
Targaryens for the Tyrells.
Okay, lots of years of inbreeding for some cool poisoning people with lots of money.
What the fuck?
And dragons. Oh,
Little
look at
ones.
me. I
Baby
can.
dragons.
Have you seen the most recent episodes? How far behind are you?
Yeah, but those are ancient dragons. Those were dragon eggs that everybody thought were dead.
That were born from fire, and you want to choose the fucking poison
Super
ladies?
Cool.
The fucking
Super
poison
cool.
ladies?
Inbreeding. Inbreeding. I have a general issue with inbreeding.
House Targaryen never inbred, though. You getting
Bro.
Targaryen mixed up with the Lannisters.
Bro.
Did they ever inbred?
Yes.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh shit, yeah, they did. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I had a complete brain fart. Never
Now-
mind.
I will give you the fact that my guess is that you're thinking about Jon Snow, and that's where you're not getting
I
the
think he's thinking
inbreed
about
part.
Jamie Lannister
Well,
and Cersei.
see that.
No, he's
No,
talking about
wait.
non-inbreeding.
Reference to Targaryens.
Yeah.
What are inbred in the Targaryens?
The Targaryen?
No, their line is the Targaryens are very inbred.
No, wait. Hold on. I think you might have houses confused. I think you
The
have the
Lannisters are
Targaryens confused with
inbred.
Lannisters.
Yeah, the
Lannisters is
Lannisters
Jamie.
are
Lannister
inbred.
children are inbred.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware
Okay,
that
okay.
Cersei and
Jamie are
crap.
inbred.
Jamie,
Jamie.
yeah,
Yes,
Jamie
and I
and
agree with
Cersei.
you.
So
The
who are
the
the
actual
Targaryens?
Targaryens, they're the older back. Yes, they are 100% inbred
Yeah.
for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yes.
the Targaryens
like-
themselves, like that's
yes,
Jamie
okay.
keeps saying that like the Targaryens did it for years. Like
Yeah. Yes.
they-
That is 100%
yes.
correct. Yes, you are.
Okay,
you
let's
are
just be
100%
for
correct.
real though. Khaleesi. That's all we need. I mean, Khaleesi.
So Tyrell,
Okay.
House Tyrell, that's the old lady, right? Yeah, Highgarden. Okay, Highgarden. That's where
Yeah.
I was trying to get. Really,
Marge,
Kelsey?
Margie?
House
Is it
Tyrell.
Margie?
I'm sorry, but
What's the problem?
I got a fucking like the only reason I liked House of Tyrell was because of Natalie Dormer, because she's fucking
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah, she's my favorite. Yeah.
Everybody
like, my
else-
favorite
She's
in that
amazing.
house.
Can fuck off, ease. Like that, your
Khaleesi's
fucking
my
main knight is the fucking Knight of Flowers or some shit like that. Like, get out of here. No, stop. Just stop. Quit being a house.
okay, yeah. I
Their
get
their
it.
house
Seems
motto
really
is "Lucky
stupid.
for us Tyrells, our blood runs quite warm." Get out of here. Stop. Just stop. Stop existing. You're done. Ease.
Well,
You-
I'm pretty sure that's kind of what happened, given that most or all of them are dead. I think all of them are dead. at
I'm
this
pretty
point.
sure the House Tyrell is extinct at this point. I don't think
Yeah,
there's any
pretty
more
sure
it's gone.
Tyrells.
But
The
they're
old
really
lady
badass,
was
and
the
they're
last to
significantly
die.
less inbred. So
That's fine. I mean, the Starks aren't inbred either, so I mean, I'm
I
okay
mean,
with
that's
that.
true.
So
I
are the
do like the
Baratheons. The Baratheons aren't inbred either.
Well,
No, they're
well, no,
not.
technically,
No.
Stark
Robert
got inbred
Baratheon was
because
very against the whole fucking like inbred
Well,
scene
no.
and was very
But
disgusted
no,
with
I
the
was
fact that he
speaking- I
had
was speaking more
thoughts
about the
of
Jon
where his
Snow
children were
and
coming from.
Khaleesi's. I was thinking more along the thoughts of Jon Snow. and
Targaryen.
Khaleesi. Jon Snow's not. Jon Snow's
Targaryen.
not actually a. Yeah.
bringing it back with the
Baratheon?
inbred Targaryen.
Can we talk
Yeah.
about this? How did Game of Thrones make incest normal? Like not normal,
Because
but like
they're cans.
that's
They're
No,
not.
no,
They're
but,
not. They're
like,
not the only people that did it. They're
normally
not the
people
only
would
people
get
that did it.
so
Though.
upset that's even like talked about. Yet
Mm.
we watch it in Game of Thrones, and we love Game of Thrones, and no one stops watching. I mean, like maybe there's some.
But the point of it is that it's built off of a thought that this is something that actually happened. This has actually took place. So as an actual adult that can comprehend the show, we understand that this takes place in a different timeline where that
But we're
wasn't taboo
watching
as
Jaime
much as it is.
and
Hold on,
Cersei
we're
and-
watching Jaime Lannister fuck his sister, correct? But we also know that they are actors and actresses who are not actually fucking related to each other, and they're actually not fucking. They're actually not fucking. But they're not the only
And-
show to do it. There was a show
and-
called Rome, and they did that every goddamn episode.
God, dude.
All the fucking family were fucking each other, and they call it Blue Blood. Go ahead, Kelsey.
And I'm not watching it to watch Jamie and Cersei go at
That
it.
is
I'm watching it
true.
for the other reasons. I'm just like, stop. Okay, I guess just
Oh,
get
man.
over with it.
Fuck
so
each
that
other
way
and
I
do
can
it.
get back to watching Arya Stark
I
kill
understand
people.
that, but
Yes,
but, like-
Arya Stark for the win.
shouldn't
Arya
that be
Stark.
enough to make us not want to watch it?
No.
No, because
no.
everything else. about
Jamie,
it,
look, as long as I get to see Jon Snow be a badass, Jamie can fuck Cersei every episode. I don't give a fuck. As long as Jon Snow's cutting somebody's head off at the end of that episode, I will watch fucking 55 minutes an episode. I will watch 50 minutes of Jamie just fucking pounding Cersei or the other way around to get 5 minutes of Jon Snow fucking just destroying people. Ease. All day. All day.
No.
Don't care. Don't care.
No.
I can easily put
No.
that shit on in the background and play a video game, and then as soon as Jon Snow comes up, I'm like, let's do it. So we know who everybody's favorite house is. Is your favorite character related to your favorite house?
No.
Mine is.
Yes. Yes.
All right, who's your
Arya
favorite characters? Bree,
Daenerys Targaryen.
Kelsey,
Arya Stark.
Dylan.
Arya fucking Stark.
You
Bay
suck.
of the universe.
Jon Snow's the best. Anyways, so now we got that other. So first off,
Arya
my
Stark
favorite,
killed
my
Jon
favorite was
Snow.
Ned Stark. That's my fuck up. I learned a very valuable lesson the day he died, which is that
Yeah,
anything,
no, I agree.
any
with Chris.
fucking thing that Sean Bean plays in, he's dying. This is it.
Yeah,
Spoiler
no,
alert, he's gonna die.
You
Anything.
do not get
Stark
attached to
was
Sean
the
Bean.
character.
He shows up, you're like, all right, fuck it out. Like,
died in Lord of the
don't care
Rings.
If you save everybody, he could play Jesus. I guess it's still gonna end
And
the
he's
same way.
obviously,
But
yeah, he's
don't
gonna die.
Get attached to that character.
Exactly.
Does that
Ever.
mean? Does
He-
that mean that he's the best dying actor out there?
Easily.
Is that why
Easily.
we pick him
Easily.
for roles
Easily.
that he dies in?
You want to see his best death scene? And I know this is very unpopular because a lot of people don't even know this movie probably fucking exists, although it's my favorite fucking movie of all time. Black Plague. Go watch Black Plague. You haven't seen that? He plays
Oh,
the lead
dude,
paladin.
that-
His death scene in that movie, fucking epic. Absolutely epic. The best. Like, fuck Lord of the Rings. It puts that shit to shame. Game of
feel
Thrones
like
puts that shit to
Chris has
shame.
been at a volume 10 this whole time.
I fucking love Ned Stark. That was my boy. That was my boy. So, a fun segment since Dylan said Khaleesi. Well, first we'll start with opposite sex. Who is the most attractive person on the show? Kelsey. Opposite sex.
You're
Opposite.
gonna have to give me a minute.
Bree. I already know who yours is.
Khal
Easy.
Drago.
Yeah, easily. Dylan.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, Khal Drago for Kelsey as well. Dylan.
Yeah, definitely.
You said
100%.
Daenerys Targaryen.
No.
Oh, you like Brienne of Tarth, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't even know who Brienne of Tarth is. Anyways.
No.
Chris?
No. The most attractive opposite sex would have to be Sansa.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay.
I had to think about who that was.
It-
Just like,
I'll give you that. That's fair.
Get out of here, you dragon fucker.
It's brother
I mean, are we
fucker.
gonna let Chris answer, or are we just...
I already said mine. Natalie Dormer's character. Was it Marjorie?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Marjorie
Yeah,
Tyrell?
Marjorie.
Yeah, Marjorie Tyrell.
Marjorie's so fucking hot.
Which now that I've done nothing but talk shit about the Tyrells this entire time to Kelsey, you know, I kind of feel a little weird saying her last name, Tyrell. All right, opposite sex. Opposite sex.
You mean-
Brie.
you mean
Who is the
same sex?
best looking person? Or same sex. Sorry, same sex. Yes,
okay.
same sex. Who's the best looking
Uh,
person to you? I already say mine. Jon Snow, easily.
I have a hard time picking between Marjorie and Daenerys Targaryen. I would say Daenerys early on, and then Marjorie later in the season.
Okay, that doesn't make sense to me, but all right. I think
Me
I-
either.
I think
started
Daenerys
not-
has looked better later
No,
than
I
she
thought
did
she
before.
I thought she looked better before than she looks
Really?
now.
So her as like a beaten fucking raped slave versus like this queen that's got like actual elegant
No,
clothing and can actually like
Yeah, I liked
afford to do
her
her
when she was
hair.
coming out. I liked her when she was with Khal Drago. She looked pretty beast there. When she was first
We're
getting
not talking about cool though. We're talking
No,
like
I know, but I'm saying
Okay.
like those
That's fair.
outfits and the way she was
Brie likes the skin. That's what it was. She was showing more skin back then. Brie was like, yeah,
I have a right
Like,
I have a right to my own opinion.
yeah, you do.
And
I agree
I
with
like
you.
I like
give me
Marjorie.
your skin.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm helping validate your point. She showed more skin. I got you.
It wasn't about the skin.
It wasn't even about skin. It wasn't even about skin. I guarantee you, Bree's peak was probably like season 2, season 3, and then fucking what's her face? I can't think of her actual name. What is her name? Oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. Fucking Daenerys Targaryen, the actual actor's name, Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke then signed a contract saying that she wouldn't be nude in the show anymore. So then she pivoted down on Bree Skill because she wasn't getting naked in Game of Thrones anymore. And Bree's like,
Dude,
all right, Natalie Dormer it is.
Look. I respect what she did.
Oh, I do too.
But that's not the reason. I liked her badass fighter, I'm gonna stick up for myself attitude during that point in time.
She has turned a lot more
not that
diplomatic.
She doesn't have that now. It's just more diplomatic and
Yes,
boring.
she has turned a
Hey,
lot more
Kelsey, I wonder
diplomatic.
if we get 7-minute segments for our favorites.
Kelsey, same sex, go.
Marjorie.
Marjorie.
No question.
Dylan, same sex, go.
Man.
I know you like Reek, right? Reek, yeah? You all about that Reek? Yeah.
No Reek.
Are you
No,
got
you-
King
everyone-
Greyjoy?
everyone
Dylan's
knows-
King
Everyone
Greyjoy.
knows it's Khal Drago. Everyone knows.
Faceless man. Faceless man.
Oh, the Hound.
No,
No.
no, faceless assassin.
No.
Oh, you were
Faceless
just
man's
making a
cool.
joke. Got you.
Yeah.
Eh.
Faceless man.
Yeah. So mine. Like I said, Jon Snow, easily. Jon Snow. That's my boy. That's my boy. I love Jon Snow. Jon Snow. I will say that might be one of the most famous things from that fucking show. But god damn it, Ingrid was the most annoying fucking character. I was so happy when she died. So happy when she died. Like at first I was like, she's annoying, but Jon loves her. I love my boy Jon. Like I gotta ride it out. Maybe
You
she'll
know
grow on
nothing,
me.
Jon
Maybe
Snow.
she'll grow on me. And then she shot him with an arrow, and I was like, that bitch needs to die. She needs to die. She hurt Jon to a point that cannot be forgiven. She needs to die.
John forgave her.
Chris is over here watching it. Oh no, she didn't.
I will tell you, I'd already seen the outcome of the Battle of the Bastards whenever I showed it to Dylan. I'd already watched it. But that battle still has me on the edge of my fucking seat like it's going to change every fucking time I watch it.
Dude.
That battle was so
Man.
fucking close. The first time I watched it was the most painful state of body and mind and soul I've ever been in while watching a TV show. Ever in my fucking life. Like, it was like not enough that there was so much battling going on. It wasn't even the part that he shouldn't have ran after his fucking stepbrother, whatever you want to call him, because they treated him like shit because he was a bastard anyway. He should have just let that motherfucker die. No one liked Tommen or whatever the fuck his name was anyway. Just let him die. No one cares. Like, no one fucking cares. But just let him die, Jon. You don't need to die for him. All right, you don't even need to die for Sansa. Honestly, the way Sansa's been acting recently in the later seasons, Sansa can fucking die too. I don't care. Like, Jon has been through some shit. Okay, he has led some crazy fucking battles. He has been the forefront of it. He does not cower behind his men. Don't come tell him how to run his army. I'm sorry, little girl. Okay, you've been sit up in a tower. You haven't learned a fucking thing. All right, I understand you were in a bad marriage, but you didn't lead an army out of there. No, you fucking snuck out of there. You don't know the first thing about war. If it was your mom, if it was Catelyn Stark in there, sure, you tell Jon how to run that army because you know what the fuck you're talking about. Sansa, you need to take a back seat. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You need to take a back seat, learn some shit, then come talk to Jon. Jon knows what he's doing.
Alright.
She's gonna get him killed. She is
Okay,
gonna get him killed, and it's gonna piss me the fuck off. I don't know how.
Rant
It's
to the
gonna happen.
day. Rant to the
It
day
is.
is over.
It is. You can call it Sansa, shut the fuck up. Ease. Anyways, to finish off what my main point was of this is that the reason why Game of Thrones can't be replaced is because there's too many fucking shows. Too many. Netflix is putting out a new TV show every 5 hours. There's too many. There's too many. It's filled with filth. There's TV shows all over the place. And it's because everybody is trying to fill that void before the void has happened. and we'll never get one. We will never get another blockbuster TV show because it's like we're being desensitized to TV shows at this point. Like right now, I mean, I guarantee you, anybody in here that has a Netflix, I'm gonna take a wild guess that Kelsey has a Netflix account. Anybody in here that has Netflix, name 3 series you're watching right now for Netflix that are Netflix originals. 3.
I watched Carbon.
American
This should not be
Vandal.
that hard because of how
I
many
was
they
gonna
have.
say right now, none, but I've picked
Good
up
ones.
more than 3 in the past.
Okay, so
American Vandal.
any that are in your
I-
head right now that you could think of, just name titles for
Luke
Netflix
Cage.
series that you watched and you enjoyed.
Okay, Carbon.
Dark, Explained,
Orange
oh
is
nuts,
the
I
New
lost the
Black.
third one.
Orange is the New Black.
That's not a Netflix original.
Yeah, it's not.
It is not.
It's not.
Nope.
Is it even
definitely
on
airs on
Netflix? Oh,
regular
it is on
TV.
Netflix.
It
right now.
is, but
Definitely
I don't know
airs
if it
on
is
regular
anymore.
TV. It's ABC.
One of my tops that I actually forgot that I liked until I started watching the second season, which I just started watching like 2 days ago, Ozark. Ozark is fucking great. That is a great
Is Ozark
fucking
good?
Netflix
I've been
fucking
meaning to
original
watch it.
series. It is so fucking good.
Is A Good Place a Netflix original?
Yes.
Okay, then
Yes.
that one I'm watching right now.
I know that Netflix has come
Oh,
out with
you're
good
gonna-
ones. I just don't remember the names of them that I've been watching.
But see, that's where the
If
issue.
you haven't
But that's
watched
the issue,
Dark,
though.
check it out. It's the best.
If you
Go ahead.
if you could fucking go to a section that's just Netflix series, which there probably maybe even is a section. I don't know. I don't fucking
There
surf
is.
around.
That's
There's too
most
many.
of the
There
sections
is.
right
That-
now.
right,
Most
that's the
everything's
issue.
Netflix
That is
across
the
it.
issue, and that's just Netflix. Everybody is doing it. Hulu's coming out with their own original series. Fucking CBS and all them, like they're all trying to get their own original series. Like there's not enough creativity anymore. Like, and a lot of these things are fucking reboots, are like
Dude,
just
Hulu
going off of something. Like
has-
fucking Game of Thrones was
Well,
a
Game of
fucking
Thrones is
masterpiece.
based off of a
It's
book.
based off
Dude,
a
man,
book, but
Hulu-
it was created with George R.R. Martin though. The TV show was.
Dude, the fucking the 2 Hulu originals that they've come out with so far that I like the most is Gifted and The Runaways, and that's because they're Marvel.
Dylan, you're only naming Marvel. Like that's all you've done so far. Like even your Netflix favorites were Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and The Defenders. Like, calm down, dude. You're only naming Marvel.
I did not say The Defenders. The first thing I said was American Vandal.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I watched Fuller House. You said Daredevil was good. I watched BoJack Horseman.
So far, the 2 that you've watched, both trash.
Yeah.
I don't care for either one of those. Terrible.
And I
terrible.
was a big Full
Um,
House.
One that you guys are completely fucking forgetting that I'm fucking
Orange is the New
surprised.
Black is listed on here. Thank you.
It's definitely not a Netflix original.
Stranger Things. Stranger
That's the
Things.
one I was just about to bring up with Stranger Things that
Yep.
no one's paying attention to. Stranger Things easily.
You
on top
watched
of
The Ranch.
A lot of people. The Ranch is fucking phenomenal. That is my favorite TV show, except for the last season. Last season's trash. But anyways.
16 minutes.
But anyways,
last
as I was
time.
saying, it just can't be replaced, and it sucks. We are gonna get this next season next year, and it's gonna be the last season. It's gonna be terrible. It's
I
gonna be
think
like
it's-
it's gonna be good. The fact that it's
I think
leaving us
May
is gonna be
9th
terrible.
Of 2019.
It's
No.
terrible. It's terrible. It sucks.
I think
It
it's
sucks.
May 7th of 2019.
So the last thing to do in order to wrap this up, I want predictions. Who will sit on the Iron Throne? Who will be the last
Our
person?
favorite?
Who? No, not your favorite. This is your actual prediction. You are making your actual prediction. So when this season is done, I will go back and cut this section of the podcast out and put it in that year's podcast of this is the prediction you made versus what actually happened.
Sansa.
Right now, starting with
Khaleesi
Bree.
and John.
Not Sansa.
No,
It's
one
Cersei.
person. One person.
No, I
There's
think
no
Cersei.
joint marriage
Yeah.
bullshit. One person who is queen or king of the Iron Throne.
I think Khaleesi will be queen of the throne.
All right, there you go. Boom, Kelsey, king or queen of the Iron Throne. Bold prediction.
It's going to be. It's not going to be somebody that we expect. I expect it to be somebody that has been standing on the sidelines the entire time that nobody thought of until that day. And I don't know who that is, but I don't think it's going to be one of the major people.
Damn, Dylan.
I think it has to be.
I hate
People are gonna get too
saying
upset.
this. Bree, it's my turn to talk. Shush. I hate saying this, but I'm gonna have to say Cersei.
Hershey.
Do not say
Hershey's chocolate. Hershey's
do not
chocolate.
say her name, and that she will be on the throne in front of my face.
Fucking Reese's.
I mean, I hate saying it myself, but I think that's
Cersei,
bound
Oh,
to
it
yeah.
happen.
seems so hard for you.
I mean,
Well, see, I don't work.
the reason why I don't believe Dylan's will come true is because there's not a single fucking person in Cersei's corner at all anymore. There's not a single person that doesn't want to kill Cersei. Even Jamie, who is slinging it to her on like a weekly basis, wants to kill Cersei. Everybody wants Cersei dead at this fucking point. No one likes Cersei. So I will say, out of everybody's picks, Dylan's is legitimately, and I was gonna say Kelsey's, what is almost 100%, like 5% chance of happening in my opinion. But Dylan's is a fucking zero. Fucking zero. There's no way Cersei sits on the fucking throne, dude. I'm sorry.
I want a
It's not gonna
solo
happen.
video from each and every one of y'all apologizing.
Yeah, you hold your breath on that one, bro, easily.
And is your guess Jon Snow, sir?
My guess is definitely fucking Jon Snow. I'll tell you what, Dylan. This is how much I know yours won't happen. My second guess is that Ned Stark comes back from the fucking dead, reattaches his head, and sits on the throne as a goddamn White Walker, and still becomes king of the fucking North before fucking Cersei sits on the goddamn Iron Throne.
I mean,
That's my second guess, Dylan.
I mean, my second pick, I would still get just as much shit. No. I'm not changing my pick, Bree.
Is your second pick Sansa?
No, it's Arya.
But he started with Sansa. I literally asked who would be sitting on the throne, and the first words out of his mouth, I'm glad you heard it, Kelsey, was Sansa. And now she's not even fucking top 10
Well, because
of contenders.
I said Sansa by mistake, trying to say I can't
Hershey.
say
Hershey. Hershey will be sitting on the Iron Throne. So, as much as I would love to sit here and talk to you people all day long, because I love every single one of you guys, and this has been fun, and this has been awesome, we need to wrap this up. So, closing statements. TellTale Games, eat a dick. What you did was terrible. Everybody that worked there that was just normal employees.
I hate you for ruining my life.
I'm so sorry this happened to you. I hope things work out your way. I hope the class action lawsuit happens in a way that is beneficial for you. And hey, maybe Bree's right and someone does pick you guys up, and then you can continue to make the games that you wanted to make under awesome work environment and be able to just thrive and be fucking great individuals like everybody knows that you can be. On top of that, if you would like to also give us your thoughts on Game of Thrones and who will win, who will be sitting at the end, let us know in the comments, and I'll tell you that you're wrong. So just put them down there. Just put them down there, and then I will respond back and let you know that Jon Snow is going to be at the end, and that Dylan. Everybody, let us know the percentage of chance that you think Dylan is right. Put that in there too. Because I can't be alone in this. I cannot be alone in this. There's no fucking way there's any... If anybody out there is sitting there with Cersei posters in your fucking room saying she will rule the end, just
nobody's gonna listen to
just
bias.
Just stop. Biased?
Anything that
What?
doesn't revolve Jon Snow with you is completely out of the box for a choice or an opinion.
I told you, dude. Ned Stark will come back from the dead, reattach his head, and be king. Fuck!
White Walker rules the North.
Third pick. Fucking Khaleesi's dead dragon will fucking sit on the Iron Throne before Cersei does. Fucking, and he'll rule the goddamn world. It'd be great. Anyways, but at the end of all this, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you, because we had a lot of good times here tonight. It was awesome, and like I said, good times to be had. It was great. But like and subscribe. Can't put that out there enough. Make sure you turn on all those notifications, because you want to know when another video comes out. So that way you can hear us make fun of Dylan for making horrible fucking choices and who he thought was going to sit on the Iron Throne. On top of that, also put in the comments below who you thought was going to sit on the throne and how much you think Dylan was wrong, because I can't wait to hear those too. Don't worry. I will personally make your comments the background behind Dylan on the next podcast of how much he is wrong that Cersei is going to sit on the throne. And I'm editor-in-chief. I have the fucking power. So let's do it. Let's do it.
You, man.
Anyways,
going. I just hope I prove you wrong, dude. It's going to be the best day of my fucking life.
We'll see. We got a long ways to go before that happens, my friend.
Yeah, we do.
Like I said, please hold your breath so then I don't have to worry about hearing it whenever it does happen. Anyways, so that being said, like I said, guys, like and subscribe if you like the content. It really helps us out, and we appreciate everybody that subscribed so far. The love has been awesome. The support has been awesome. We love you guys. This is great. This is what we want to do for you guys. We love making this content. I mean, we've had nothing but good times tonight, so make sure you hit us up. Look at that. See, even Dylan loves you, even though he's pretty much wrong 99% of the time. So this is
Yep.
the
It's
1% that
that
he's
1%
right
that
about.
counts.
This is the 1% that he's right about, is that we love you here at Dead Funny. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this content and have a good rest of your week. We'll see you next time.